Welcome to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles, where we are better together than separated. How you guys doing out there? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Man, me and More Than a Coach podcast, man, both of us have been getting over, we just got over a little illness, you know what I'm saying, that tried to come in and contaminate our system. But,
Real.
you know, through God work, and through everything that the strength within our body that we had left, we made it through.
Mm,
And we know that health is wealth. We want to talk about, in order to get to anything of achievement, to be anything of success, you got to take care of your health first. To be
real.
there for your grandkids, to live a long life, you got to take care of your health. So that's what we want to talk to Coach Pod, More Than a Coach podcast today about. How you doing over there, Coach?
Man, I'm doing good, man. Blessed, like you said, bro. Trying to get back 100%. You know what I'm saying, and just live life right, man, and want to enjoy the rest of these years we got. That's about it.
Hmm. And
Appreciate you having.
you recently overcame COVID. You and your family, like,
Yeah, it was.
how was that experience like, man, on you and your family, and how did it change your perspective about health?
It wasn't COVID. It was a bacterial virus. They
Okay.
said. Basically, they said it started with my youngest granddaughter got sick, and it trickled down to all the grandkids to my kids, and then I was kind of the last one, and I took my wife to the doctor for her being sick, and all of a sudden it hit me, bro, and
Mm,
I thought it was COVID the way I was going through, the chills, the body aches, felt like I got hit by a truck, but it was just a bad virus, man. It hit me and had me down for like 3 or 4 days, man. For real.
hmm
Couldn't
And
eat
then
nothing.
I was hit with, I had a muscle breakdown in my body, as
Mm,
to where, because I'm not taking my potassium pills and I don't eat bananas, right?
hmm.
So it's not giving my muscles what it need. I guess it's got some type of substance in there. And when I don't do that, my muscles, I get muscle spasms,
Oh,
and my muscle, it become a muscle breakdown. And my muscles, when the muscles break down, they kick off a gas. And what
mm,
happens is, this gas that it kick off, it affects and it injures the kidneys. So then you have a kidney breakdown as well.
wow.
So and I had to go, and I had to have a blood transfusion, what I'm saying, get my life back together. And I want to shout out to everybody, man, that supported me through those days, and everybody, man, that had my back while I was in there, and that gave me
Yeah.
a shout out. That it really strengthened me and encouraged me, because I started seeing life, from another perspective, man, after going through that. you
Hmm.
know and one of the things that I said to myself is that, I thought about where I come from to where I was at.
Yeah.
And I think I had to be more appreciative of myself. Like,
Mm,
we be more a lot appreciative to things in society and people, but do you think we be, sometimes we have to appreciate self?
yeah. I think too, bro. We take a lot of stuff for granted when it comes to our health. Especially as men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like doing a lot of stuff that you're supposed to do to take care of yourself. Like, I mean, I take my normal, my vitamins, the blood pressure, and all that crap. But at the same time, man, I can kind of wait to get down to that last moment before I want to go to the doctor. And sometimes, that's a bad thing. And I think a lot of us brothers out here got to do a better job in taking care. And when your body start giving you signs, man, we got to take care. We want to be here. We got to take care of ourselves, man, because there's too many brothers losing their lives, man, and over sickness now. It ain't about the gun violence and a lot of that stuff, man. Brothers dying quick over sickness. You see them one day and then next week you hear they gone. Like, say what? So we got to do better, bro.
you know and it was, like you were saying, like, with our health, because we got to do better. And if I had went earlier to the
Mm,
doctor. My situation wouldn't have got as worse as it got as bad as it did. But I
mhm.
allowed it to get that way because I wouldn't take myself to the doctor. I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like
Yeah.
needles. You know what I'm saying? I don't like my arm getting squoze with that blood. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm,
Like it's a lot of things
hmm,
about hospitals and stuff that I don't like. So we
hmm,
as people, you know what I'm saying, we don't like going to the doctor. You know what I'm saying? Man, listen, I'm so scared of needles. I can see a 12 gauge, an 18 gauge, a 24 gauge coming. You know
hmm.
what I'm saying? Listen, I'm telling you, I'll be like, what gauge is that? I'll be like, oh my God, we finna stick myself with that. And I'm telling you, this little spat that I had in the hospital, it was 5 days, and I was on that saline, I was on protonics, for my stomach. And man, thanks to them girls over there, Covenant 3 South Harrison, man, help nurse Yacht Life Chronicles back to health, man,
Bless.
in a great way. Then I had a scare with my health while I was in prison. I
Mm,
remember I went to the bathroom and I was urinating brown. And I was like, man, what's going on? So I went to the doctor and come to find out that my gallbladder had shut down.
mm,
So they had took me to McLaren Hospital and I had my gallbladder taken out. But they
mm,
say you really don't need your gallbladder though.
mm.
So I'll be like, why was you born with it if you don't need it? But they say,
That-
your gallbladder is something that you can live without.
Wow, I never knew that. That's something
Yeah.
different, bro. Wow.
Yeah, but what I wanted to ask you is that why do you think so many black men hesitate to seek medical help or take their health seriously? Do you think it's like a cultural or society thing that plays into this as to where black men don't go to the doctor?
I think most part it is that, man. We was brought up. We weren't brought up to go to the doctors and get regular checks. You know what I'm saying? And physicals every so many years. We got to go get physicals and checked out. I didn't learn a lot of that stuff till after I got out the military, and got older. But we just didn't do it, man. And some people say it's stubborn of us, but and for the most part, probably is true. Because I be on my son about go get checked up, go do this, and he just stubborn little dude, won't do it. Then when you get to that final point, Dad, I got to go now I got to take him. You know what I'm saying? So I think most of it is, man. It's just something that we grew up and learned. Probably we witnessed from old dads, grandddads, uncles. You know what I'm saying? Just guys. Oh yeah, we gonna do this, and you take this, and you'll be all right. You know what they used to tell us back in the day? A aspirin a day take everything away. You know what I'm saying? And that's a bunch of bull. You know.
Hey, because I wanted to ask you about that, right? I had
Hmm.
a question I wanted to ask you about that since you just brought that up. I was going to wait a minute because we got a lot of self medicating that's going on in our community, right? With the younger
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people feel like when they self medicate, they don't have to go to the doctor.
Hmm.
So, what are some harmful but helpful myths that we have about self care that you think we should debunk?
One.
Some things that we've been believing in for years that we believe is self care and self medicating for us, but we should debunk these things. Like you just said, an aspirin a day take the pain away.
Hmm.
And one of the things I wanted to say to you, because by you being in the school system, one of the things we need to debunk is that we have, all these kids is being diagnosed with ADHD, right? So
Hmm.
then you got a lot of kids being diagnosed with ADHD and they not getting a second opinion. The
Yeah.
parent just basically, what I'm saying, allowing that to be the last diagnostic without getting a second opinion when actually your kid don't even have ADHD.
Yeah, sometime, man, from what I've been reading a lot lately, it's the food, man. It's the food that these kids are eating that is messing with them for the crap they putting in this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And personally, I believe that's why most of us are getting sick, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because back in the days, I used to tell people and still tell my grandbabies, man, I used to drink water from a water hose all day long. Especially being outside, you ain't had time
Yeah.
to run home. We just hooked up, turned somebody's water faucet on, and you drinking water. You know, now they all that's bad. You got to do this. You got to do that. You
Man,
know,
we was at somebody's house playing basketball all the time, drinking out
yeah,
that water hose.
for real. And now everybody, you got to buy water from the stores, man. To me, that's one of the biggest myths. To me, I don't buy all that water. You know what I'm saying? Because it's BS. I still drink regular tap water and out the faucet. A lot of people look at me like I'm weird for doing it, but I grew up on it. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
that's just something that I done. You know, so I
Hmm.
just think personally, bro, a lot of it is this food, man. It's you know, like watching some of the brothers of Islam when they talk about the chicken sandwiches and how they got people going crazy over this stuff and all the preservatives and all the crap they putting in this stuff, man.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you
And
watch
that's what it,
that,
yeah. Even
and
the alcohol. Think about
yeah,
the alcohol. How they taking and stretching the alcohol with different things to make more
yeah,
of it because it's at a high consumption right now.
yeah. I mean, 'cause we got so many. You already know it's so many different brands of liquor. Back in the day, you ain't have all that, bro. You had
We
one or
used to
two.
have we used to have Saint Ives. I
Yeah,
could
old
name
English.
OE 800, and that was
Yeah,
bottom of the barrel malt liquor,
that's
and
right.
it wasn't affecting you today
No,
like this stuff is.
like this stuff doing today, man. So, you know, it's a messed up world, man. But to get back to what you was talking about with these young boys medicating themselves, even our older cats self-medicating themselves, man, thinking that the weed is good. I told somebody the other day, I said, man, that stuff stank. I said, what they putting in this crap? And he was like, man, I'm just saying, this what we smoke, and they got all these styles and names for it. You know, when I did used to do it back in the day, and I knock nobody for doing it. That's them. But man, the stuff we had smoked, was pure green compared to this crap, with all these rainbow colors in it, man, where they
Yeah.
don't know where it come from.
And
You know,
then you got to think about it's people out there that want to attack your mental system. You know, when you elevate, when you becoming a voice in society, they want to attack your mental stability. So,
mm,
in one of the ways they can attack your mental stability is through the weed,
yeah,
attack your brain cells with the chemicals and the harmful chemicals and the malignant things that they can have sprayed on this weed when it's
mm,
up here growing in outside in California and these different things. And like you say, once you smoking it and putting it into your body,
mm,
because you thinking it's just regular weed, but all the time it's something that's breaking you down inside
yeah,
mentally.
mentally, because I done seen it where you see people on emotional roller coasters now when they smoking, man. Back when we was, you get the munchies, you go take a nap, and you're good. Now you see cats, man, with attitudes, just different, man. It's like a zombie time now when they smoking this crap. So that has a
Hmm.
big part in playing too in a lot of the medical stuff, man. That self medication ain't always the best medication, for
Hmm.
what these people doing to get over things.
Right.
You do got to go to these doctors and get physically checked out, man. Even though they robbing us with the prices and the cost of all the medication, but you still got to go if you want to survive and be around.
Health as well.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? So, what are some of the common health issues that proportionally affect black men, and why is it crucial for us to be proactive about it?
Hmm. Man, the biggest thing is to me, is our blood pressure, man. From a lot of that is stressing. We human, we black men, we got the weight of the world on our shoulders. You know, from being the head of households to taking care of our loved ones, man. We got a lot of pressure on us. And to me, I think that with diabetes is to me is the biggest two that attack the black man today. You
Mhm.
know, I mean, I deal with it myself, so I already know.
Mhm. Man, you just have to be so careful, man, to live a long life for them kids and grandbabies, man. You gotta really be careful and you gotta be really particular with your health about the things that you eat, the things that you drink. I had to quit drinking pop.
Man,
I just drink juice, teas, and things of that nature because the pop was it wasn't, man, it wasn't agreeing with my body well.
And I'll be
It would
real
give
with
me antacid.
you. Yeah.
Drink so much of it, I will have antacid.
Wow. And
You know,
that's
yeah.
probably my biggest downfall is getting my Mountain Dew, bro. And I got to get
Mm.
away from it
I used to
myself.
love that Pepsi.
Yeah, for real. Especially when my pops was alive, we'd drink
Yeah,
cold Pepsi, 2 liter, by me and him by ourselves. You know,
yeah.
nah,
But we often talk about physical health, but mental health is equally important. How do
yeah,
you think neglecting mental health can impact physical well-being, especially for us as black men?
man, we it's crazy you bring this up because I was just sitting back lately talking about this with a couple people, and as a mental health person myself, going through mental health issues, man, it's hard for us as black men. You know what I'm saying? We got to seek therapy, even though like I'm a kind of person I don't talk to. I don't go sit on no couch and talk to nobody. You know, I don't talk to a pastor because I just don't. It's hard. Sometimes I got to confide in a friend. You know what I'm saying, and talk to that friend that I confide in because it's a hard thing to deal with. Mental health is one of the biggest killers of our race right now. You know what I'm saying? And that leads back to what we talked about earlier, the stress, the cause to high blood pressure and anxiety, things like that, man. It's just, I don't know. That's a tough issue for me, out right there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So, what strategies have you used to maintain both your physical and mental health, particularly in challenging situations like the military and recovering from an illness?
Um, Personally, what I do for myself, man, is that time I need that peace to myself, where
Mhm.
it's still wrong. I might smoke me a cigar and just relax, think. I write a lot. Actually, I just finished the last chapter in my book. I'll talk to you more about that offline. Thanks for motivating me to get that going. But I just finished that, so I do a lot of writing that try to talk about things I'm going through, how I feel. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird. Some might say, "Man, you write diaries?" No, it ain't a diary. It's just a journal of what I'm going through, my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And
And
that,
that help when you get that off when you be able to take your feelings and emotions instead of exercising them in some negative way, you
yeah,
get an opportunity to write them down in a journal or write them in a letter and just put it away. That
yeah,
do help. I used to think that didn't help until I did it.
yeah. That's real, bro. And it's been a big help for me, because like I said, I'm one not to talk to a lot of people, especially about personal crap that I'm be going through. But when I sit and write, man, it's like being a former rapper. I love writing, so and
You
writing.
like a free spirit.
Yeah, so I
And
just
you can sit there and be creative.
yep.
I love writing, man. I love words. I love literature, man. I love philosophy, man.
Hmm,
It's the greatest things on earth. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the philosophy and look at all the books that was written. Look at
man,
all the medical expertise we have, and man, just all man.
yeah,
We done built some great things off the letters of the alphabet.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. So,
So reflecting on your military service, you
mm,
have seen some of the most deadly diseases and the impact they have had on people.
hmm.
How did these experiences shape your approach to health and your well-being now?
Man, basically, a lot of the stuff that I went through, like especially by being active duty, you go to sick call or whatever it is, man. You just deal with. It's crazy because they throw ibuprofen at you for your whole life. You break your damn arm and they talk about here goes some ibuprofen. You know what I'm saying? So we deal with a lot of that, man. And a lot
Yeah.
of, like you said, we see things. Sometimes you just don't address it. You know, you will sit and go through so much pain, man, where you just like, I'm not going today because they, like you said, they gonna stick me with a needle, give me a shot, give me ibuprofen, take a day or two off. Now you right back at it doing it again. So a lot of times I've seen people wouldn't even go the med call unless it was just real bad. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. That's a I don't know. That's a kind of a deep one there. I got to think about that a little more.
What you think about, like, because a lot of people in the military, they've been administered so many drugs and these pain drugs, and then they come out here to the world, they don't know how to discipline themselves from the
Mm,
consumption of the drugs. Then they become addicted and dependent on these things to live in life. What you
yeah.
think about that?
Well, yeah, too. To add on to that, bro, we were test dummies for a lot of meds, bro. Including myself. I got scars on both arms where we ready to go overseas. You getting shots, right? And it was weird. You know how they say you change your needles for you get the next man a shot, right? You don't use the same needles. Man, bro, I didn't see where we go and they got these air guns. And like me, you, and 10 other people walk right line by behind each other and they just shoot me. You know what I'm saying? So I know people that have some things happen to them personally myself from being test dummies from these meds, but they say, oh, these was never tested on humans, only on lab animals. But yet, when we went to war, we was those lab animals too, because we was being gave medicine that we shouldn't have been given or we ain't know nothing about. But hell, I'm in a foreign place. I'm just trying to come home, so I'm gonna take it because they said I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm.
we went through a lot of that kind of stuff too, and that's why you see a lot of ex-soldiers, man, when they get older, they have a lot of ailments and things go wrong with them. You know.
And I noticed about a lot of soldiers, man, when they come home, and it be hard for them to adapt back to society.
Hmm.
They give up on life quick. You
Yeah,
know, they like talk about that, man. And you ever seen any soldiers, man, that just gave up on life, man? The next thing you know, you got that call like such and such gone.
yeah. I had a couple friends, bro, from Alabama that I was in the service with that committed suicide. Because, like you said, the pressure of the world. When you come back home, man, you gotta look at it this way. In the military, man, you don't really pay no bills unless you had a phone bill back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You didn't need a car because everything was on base or we would rent cars to go to other places. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have to buy clothes really. So you lived a different type of lifestyle. Then you come home and now you got bills, you got family that's hitting you up, wanting this and wanting that from you. So that weight of the world, I done seen guys, cave into it, man. But I guess I always think my lifestyle growing up, the way I grew up here in Saginaw, having a mom that was like a drill sergeant before I even went to the military. You know what I'm saying? That helped me be strong minded. So when I came home, those things never crossed my mind. Yeah, I sat in dark rooms and cried and like why, but I ain't never think about that part after I got out the military. You know what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
unfortunately, I have known people and I've been in group sessions at the VA with guys that has tried and committed it. And that's hard, bro. And my hats off to them.
What do you think is some good therapy for a soldier, man, that been through, like, how can a like what is some good therapy for a soldier that with bad mental health
Bro,
that
to
you've
be
seen that can help,
well,
or can they be helped?
and that's what it is. That's on that individual, because you gotta look at take myself and some of my guys that I'm cool with and brothers with today. It was God with us, man. You know what I'm saying? I confided in what I was raised in, and that was God. You know what I'm saying? Let God get me through them tough times. And I think that's where some people fail. Like I was in, meetings where guys talk about how they seen a person get killed and they went crazy. Then you got guys like us, we like, man, seen that before at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically a mental thing on how you was raised. And I always looked at it like this: some of us are stronger than others. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, you know, but it's different for every person, bro. But I think, you do have to reach out and talk to somebody. I tried. I wouldn't sit on the couch, but it just wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they was trying to push out, trying to get you to talk about the bad stuff and trying to forget about the bad stuff. Well, I want to come sit on your couch and talk about it. I don't want to think about that no more. You know,
Right.
'cause that
Because
so
it take you to a place you don't want to be.
yeah,
Take you back to that, and that's a trigger.
yeah, and that gets you upset, gets you,
Yeah.
whatever how you feel. So it's different for many people, bro. I can really speak for me, and for me, it was like just giving my life to God and talking to God and praying. You know what I'm saying? That was really it, man.
Mhm. So, what is it, man? Because I wanted to ask you, what can we do to encourage more black men to prioritize regular checkups and going to the doctor more frequently?
One, I think we need more health fairs, bro. You ever notice here? We only have one health fair a year. You know what I'm saying? You only hear about one health fair, but we need that, man, to get guys to so they can start checking up on themselves. Whether it's getting your blood pressure checked, your cholesterol, the things that's taking us out of here quickly. You know what I'm saying? Then, like they know, when we get to that certain age, you got to go to that doctor and get that colon tested to make sure you
Yeah,
ain't getting that colon
yeah.
cancer because these are things we take for granted, as black
That
men
will kill us.
that would kill us and take us out of here, bro.
Yeah.
You know,
And you know what, coach? When I was in that hospital, I was thinking, man, like it can be just a regular day, man, for a
yeah,
person to check out. Like
yeah,
they say, you come in by yourself and you leave by yourself, man. So you want to have your ducks in a row, man. You want to make sure that you got your everything down here on earth together before you leave here. We got to take care of our health, man. Our health is our wealth, man.
for real,
We
man.
want to see our grandkids. If we want to be anything successful and live a long life, because people be like, life is short. No, life ain't short. It's
Yeah,
actually long.
it
If
is.
we taking care of ourselves and going to the doctor.
That's right. You know, and personally, bro, ever since I got sick, this last one, because I had COVID back last winter, and this last time, bro, I started reading on some Dr. Sebi stuff, and some things to try to take
Some
to,
natural herbs.
yeah, to start clearing my mind and my body, bro.
Right.
'Cause,
Yeah.
like you said, I got,
You ever heard of sour sop?
uh-uh.
And to the viewers out there, sour sop, SAURSOP. We all need to take a shot of sour sop once a day or once every 2 days. Y'all
Mm,
thank me later. They even got the tea.
okay. Wow. Well, thank you for letting me know that. So I'll be passing that on to the missus so we can get it. You know,
Yep.
because I do the sea moss and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So got to do that, man. Because got to stay right, taking the vitamins every day. Even take a vitamin for the mental. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Don't want to be forgetful, for real.
Yeah. And I think what that is, man, it's just like your arm. You exercising your arm gonna grow. It's just like the mental, man. You exercising it every day with growth and planting the right seeds in there, making sure
Yeah.
you read your books, plant ideas in there, and your mind won't atrophy. You know
Mm,
what I'm saying? I think it'll stay pretty healthy, man. Because that dementia is bad in the black community. That's why I say our mind have to be stimulated with something daily,
yes.
to be able to block that dementia out as to where our mind is idle, and then here we letting this little disease creep in,
Yeah.
as to where we keeping our mind blocked and we keeping our mind stimulated with somewhere we can keep all the negative epithets up out of there,
Mm,
the
that's true.
poisonous diseases and things.
That's true. You said that that's another big killer of the black men in our communities too. Dementia, man. That's powerful. And it's scary because I had an uncle, you know, had that before he left here. And, I even think my pops even had it for a little bit or it was at that beginning stage. So I don't wish that on nobody. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? I don't wish that on nobody. Wow.
I read
It's,
a book one time about dementia, and it was like, and it says like the person locked into themselves, and
mhm.
nobody can hear them, nobody can understand them, like they just locked into a world of their own.
Yeah, and
Man,
it sent them back to they what they
right?
remember the most, and that's their youth.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people that I have seen it, they go back to their youth and their childhood days. You know what I'm saying? You be like, and they start talking about stuff we don't know nothing about. You
Hmm.
know, but yeah, you're right. We just gotta stay. We gotta stay prayed up, healthy, man, taking care of ourselves. Whether it's just to get out and do a walk around the neighborhood, just to, keeping your body moving and grooving, enjoy fresh air. You know, that's why I came outside. I was like, man, I'm gonna go do this one outside. First time doing one sitting outside. You know,
Man, listen, and that's
Mhm.
the thing. That's the fun about these podcasts and these cameras. You can do it from wherever you at.
Wherever you at, bro. That's for real.
So, as someone who has been in, had someone who has seen the impact of serious diseases, both personally within your life and at home and in the military, what final message would you want to leave with our listeners about the importance of health?
Man, dude, listen to your body. You know, just because it might be a ache one day or 2 days, your body telling you something. You know, seriously, behind a headache is a serious message, y'all. You know, we found that out a few months ago with my wife. She was talking about just having a headache, and all along she was having a stroke. So,
Mm,
so listen to your body. When your body telling you something, don't just ignore it. Listen, seek out medical attention. Go see your doctors and do regular checkups. Like Yak said, you know, we stronger together than
mhm.
separated.
Yep.
And you go get them doctors in your life, you stronger with that doctor than trying to do it on your own with self medication, aspirin and ibuprofen. So listen to your body, yo. That's the main thing.
Hmm. So, how can we as black men redefine the concept that health is wealth to ensure that we live longer, we live healthier, and have more fulfilling lives?
Man, just don't be man, just don't be a punk about it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being a man. If you hurting, go get checked up. If mentally you ain't there, get some help. Talk to somebody. If you can't go talk
And get some medical insurance.
and get man, you
Yeah,
said it right.
get you some Medicaid.
Get
Some
some
people, and a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, Coach. A lot of people wish they had Medicaid.
yeah, for real. And
Yeah.
that's probably
So
number
don't be too good to not go get you some Medicaid. So if something happened to you, you go to the doctor and they can check you in.
that's right. Cause I sure got it. Got the Medicaid, got the VA medical stuff. You know what I'm saying? And cause you need it, you know, and it help with some prescriptions you got. You know what I'm
They
saying?
costly.
Man, for real. I put medications with prescriptions right up there with consumer and cable, bro.
Mhm.
Robbing us for
So
real.
what you think about the cap, the $35 a month cap Camilla got in her policies?
Well,
Kamala.
if if it happens, hey, I think that's a beautiful thing. I would rather spend $35 than 95 on 30 pills. You know what I'm saying? But we'll hopefully make it happen, and she can succeed with that plan and not just be lip service.
There you
That's
have
a
it,
good
man.
thing for real.
There you have it, man. We want to thank you, man, for coming in, man. We glad you feeling better. You back.
Yeah.
So tell everybody, man, about your new season got coming out.
Man, September, y'all, season 5. It'll be my 80th podcast for the More Than the Coach podcast. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more deeper with interviews. Got some good people lined up coming. I got some. After talking with you, I reached out to some of these young artists in our city, as well as guys running for council, and I'm gonna talk to these people, man. And I'm just gonna try to bring something different with the More Than the Coach podcast. And you're gonna see me out a little bit mobile this year. It ain't always gonna be virtual. I'm gonna get out there and see my face in the place. That's how I look at it.
Man, listen, man. I tell everybody with this job, man, the people gonna lead you.
That's
All
right.
you got to do is just listen to the people and be diplomatic with the people, be harmonious with the people.
Yep.
The people gonna take you far.
That's true.
You
That's so
know.
true.
So when you're not working with the people, you're not being diplomatic with the people. You only gonna go so far.
That's
You know,
right.
because our thinking only can take us so far. But
Mm.
somebody else, they might have something that we're not. That we. I did a show today with the Living Doll, and man, I'm the topic. The topic, man. I'm gonna just say. I'm gonna say we talking about suicides in church, man,
Mm.
because of the members. You know, she is surviving attempted suicide because the church more worried about their image than worried about the wellness and the mental health and the challenges that a lot of
Mm.
members going through, and they being judged. You
Man.
know, and it's pushing them to suicide. And this
Yeah.
is an issue that's been unaddressed in the church. And we just did a show, man. This is gonna be a great show. Make sure y'all check that out, man.
Yeah. I can't
You
wait
know,
because God, that's my big sister, man.
yeah,
She done some great things for me in my upcoming, with more than the coach and coaching with these kids and mentoring. So I already know, but that
yeah,
you just said something, bro. I touch a little bit about that in my book on why I don't believe in that part of my life. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I believe in God, but sometimes I
yeah. I
don't
believe in
believe in the
God, but
people.
yeah,
I don't believe in the people that's speaking for
and
him.
that's right,
You know what I'm saying? So that's real. Can't wait to
right.
see that.
Yeah,
Real.
man. It's gonna be, because you know we want to prevent anybody from committing suicide. We want to
Yeah.
prevent anybody from harming themselves.
Yeah.
And if people care more about an image
Hmm.
than people really actually harming themselves, then that's a problem.
That's a big problem, man.
Yeah, and that gotta be
Real.
addressed.
Yeah, 'cause suicide is on a all-time high for real. And that ain't
Yeah, it
just
is.
with military. That's with anybody, man. From youth to adults today. So
Right.
everybody at that breaking point, man.
And a
So
lot of people are in position to prevent a lot of it, but sometimes people have these expectations of other people when my lifestyle wasn't like yours. I don't
mm,
have the resources that you have. My past is a little bit worse. It's a little bit raunchier. It's a little
mm,
bit more X-rated. All type of different things, and you judging me because of who I am, what I look
yeah.
like, how I come, the things that I do. So if I don't feel safe and I don't feel warm, if I don't feel comfort in this particular arena, and I
Hmm.
feel like this my last vie for help, then what am I gonna do?
That's right.
And she
Yeah.
said that the suicide rate will continue to grow if this issue is left unaddressed.
Mm, that's so sad. Wow, I can't wait for that episode. I gotta watch that one.
More
Real.
than a man, cause it's gonna be a good one, man.
Okay.
You know, we got more than a coach here today, man. Got him outside, man. Got him
Hmm.
podcasting for the first time. See,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, whole new perspective on life, man. Since you done
Man, for
came through,
real. Get to sit
yeah.
around and look at that, see that beautiful nature out there, man.
Man, get you
Peace.
some of them pictures before you go in.
Man, for real. I'm just glad I ain't got attacked by no bees. That's the good thing.
Yeah.
Think I'm
So
gonna have to go
listen,
grab a
man.
cigar.
Oh yeah, man. Definitely grab a cigar. I need me a fat bottom Betty right now. What you smoke, Coach?
Man, my favorite is a bourbon and vanilla blend. But I try all the cigars, man. I'm a what they call it, a
Yeah,
cigar connoisseur.
a connoisseur.
Yeah, I'm a connoisseur. So
Yeah. We
whatever
still
looks
got to get down there to Kings, man, and have us a cigar together, man. So when you get some time, man, you're available, man. Let's go hang out down to Kings in Flint, man, and smoke us one.
for real, we definitely got to get down there, bro. Got to go
Yeah.
patronize down there. Yes.
Man, and hats off to all you guys out there today. Hope you having a wonderful day. Hope you invest in yourself into your dreams. Hope you invest in yourself into your tomorrow. Hope you invest in yourself into your future. Don't spend time investing into what everybody else is doing, what everybody else got going on, and you forget to spend time investing into yourself. Make sure you take care of your health. Go
Mm.
to the doctor. Like I said, I ended up I ended up falling unconscious because it took me so long to go to the doctor. I was on the phone with my mama and my sister. My mama's and my sister in the background say, "Well, when you was gonna go to the doctor, King Yada?" My mama say when his ass was gonna pass out like he did, and it took me to pass out to go to the doctor, man. That I knew that it was time.
Yep.
Don't let that be your final destination as to where you might pass out, because it might be a passing out and never come back. You know.
Right.
And
Right.
like I said, I want to thank everybody who supported me. I want to thank everybody who shouted me out. Everybody who gave their everybody that gave support through Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all these different platforms, you know, that I be on. And I just want to say, man, I really appreciate you. You know, your love is and support was greatly appreciated.
For real. That's right. Listen to your body, y'all. Listen.
There you have it, man. So listen, man, just take care of your health, take care of your mental. Don't forget to take care of your mental as well.
That's right.
Make sure you know, you put protein in that. You know, build that up. Make sure you read. You know what I'm saying? Build it up. Make sure you stay around positive people. You know, make sure you always working on an idea. Make sure your brain is the engines and the wheels is always turning, you
That's right.
know, as to where you're not letting it sit there idle, as to where atrophying all these diseases and different things coming in there and contaminating it, you know. So, like I said, man, be in control of your fortress. You
That's
know,
right.
so we want to thank More Than a Coach podcast for coming in,
Always.
giving us this great interview, and want to thank you viewers for tuning in as well. So,
Yes, sir.
thank you guys for tuning in to another edition of Yacht Life Chronicles, where we are better together than separate. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Peace.